What's up, everybody? It's Jeremy from Search Your Systems, and today I've got another Reflex track review for you guys. So as always, we're just gonna jump right into it. We're gonna be doing a national this time around, and it's gonna be a familiar name because I have reviewed two of his tracks in the past two Reflex track reviews that I've done. So the creator, once again, Matt428. It seems like he's pumping these tracks out fairly quick. I know I had a bit of a break in between the past two track reviews that I've done, but they were both released fairly quick. Anyways, so the track name is Summercourt Regional Raceway. Now, I don't know if he went for more of a like a local track feeling, or like maybe, I don't know, but I'm assuming that's what he went for, and I think he went above and beyond. Now I just want to read you guys the track description really quick. So what he says is that he spent a lot more time on this track than he had in his previous releases. And I'm not taking anything away from his past two releases, but I think that this track just blows those two tracks out of the water. Now, I gave those tracks pretty high praise when I had reviewed them. I think I gave them both a 10 out of 10. I could be wrong on the first one, actually, but I know for a fact that I gave, I believe it was the Island MX, a 10 out of 10. So, I obviously liked those two tracks, but I think that this track is just unbelievable. Now, there are a few issues that I have with the track, but just like last week's track review, they're really minor things, and they're just things that I personally would have done different if I knew how to make tracks. But we're coming up on one lap, or completing one lap. Here's the finish line right here. It's kind of an odd one. You kind of dip down, and then it's just a nice little double there, right there. But back to the minor issues that I have with the track. So, they're not in every corner, but there are a few corners where there are braking bumps. I'm trying to think where the next set of braking bumps is gonna. Ooh, jumps out the track right there. But yeah, there are braking bumps like on the inside part of the corners, like there normally would be. That's not the issue. I know that there's gonna be braking bumps. But I think they're going to be in not this corner, but the next corner. So right here, you see like the four little bumps right there. Now, the way he made the track is, it's already really rutted up. So you get these weird like kicks and like stuff like that. Just due to the ruts that are already on the track. Now with the braking bumps being the way that they are, that kind of furthers the ruts, and you can't really control where your bike's going to be going. So you got to be a little bit careful, and I think that slows the track down a little bit, which is not really a bad thing. But from a racing standpoint, I think it'll take away from the racing a little bit. Now, I know that I say this in every track review that I do. I'd like to test the track out with a couple other people, see how it races. And I actually have tested this track out. Now, it was just with Kellen and myself. We were just bored one day. We were trying to find tracks to just mess around on. And we did stumble upon this one. So I have raced with one other person on the track. And if you want to try to like push the issue and like you know, maybe rail a corner a little bit faster than you normally would, it's really hard to do so with how the braking bumps are and how rutted the track is already as is. So you do have to be a little bit cautious with that. You can't just go, excuse me, like WFO everywhere. This triple is actually pretty difficult to get perfectly, so you can get to that inside, but yeah, it's not really a major issue. Like, I get it, you know, you don't want to have people just wide open everywhere, so you got to throw something into the mix to maybe counteract that. And I mean, he approached it right. I just feel like he could have, I don't know, with the track deformation, I don't think the ruts that started out on the track should have been as bad as they are. Like, I mean, you guys can probably see, I mean, this is my third lap, and I'm pretty much taking the same lines that I have been. I'm just going to take this line so you guys see how it works. That's a big step down, so it's hard to get that triple all the way down, but I think he could have went a little less overkill on the track roughness. But like I said, not a huge issue. It's not something that makes the track unrideable. It's just, I guess, a personal preference on my end, but not taking anything away from him. He still killed it on this track. It's super, super fun track. And I guess I kind of hit my second issue with the track, is it being too rough off the start. But like I said, not a major issue. But going back to Kellen and I, like I said, we did play this track, so we do know how it races. Like I said, you can't go wide open everywhere, but as weird as, I mean, this may sound hypocritical, but it kind of made for better racing almost. Knowing that you're not going to be able to go wide open, you kind of have to like pick your lines and just kind of finesse your way through them. You can't, you know, accidentally hit something wide open and be like, oh wow, that really worked. As I go down right there. Another thing I want to touch on though is the layout of the track. It just like fits the scenery and fits like all these trees and whatnot. I don't know why, but I just feel like the way this track is laid out, the scenery really does it some justice. I don't know, it's kind of a weird thing to try to like explain, but you know, everything just fits together. Everything just goes together, which is always a big thing for me. Like, you could have a super, super fun track, but you could utterly botch the environment, and I don't know, it just wouldn't be as fun to me, because the environment is a huge thing. I know it doesn't really matter what it looks like around the track, as long as the track is fun and rides good and yada yada yada, but I'm one of the type of people who, like, the little things matter, and I guess in a racing game like this, environment doesn't really matter, because who really buys the game for the environment? But the environment is what ties everything together for me. So like I said, it's the little things, and he just absolutely killed it with this environment. So I think you know, this track creator knows what he's doing, and which is great, because I'd like to see more content pumped out of him, and it seems like he's willing to keep making tracks, which is super, super cool. You know, I don't want to say that the Reflex community is dying down, but it has definitely slowed down quite a bit since at least I started, you know, downloading all these custom tracks and whatnot. So it's super cool to see him just pumping these tracks out, and the quality that he's pumping them out in is just unreal. You know, I think every track that I have played, it's gotten better and better. Although I think I would rank, I believe it's Chasewater. I think I would rank Chasewater just ahead of Island MX. But, you know, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to try to run a heater for this last lap. Don't know how well it's going to go. Because, like I said earlier in the video, you can't really push too hard, otherwise you're going to mess up. The roughness is going to come up and get you, so... Oh, see, like right there, that's another complaint that I have is... it's rutted everywhere, so even on that landing, like... Yeah, I know I landed a little sideways, whatever, but... you guys saw my bike kind of like slingshot to the left there because I cross-rutted. So that goes back to the track roughness, but I understand it. It's okay. Just something that I thought I'd point out in the track review here. A lot of these jumps, or I shouldn't say a lot of them, but some of them are pretty difficult. That big step up that I just hit, it's really hard to jump all the way over that tabletop landing, so I like the difficulty that he put into the track as well. And I think that ties back to the roughness of the track, so I guess it's kind of a double-edged sword because, you know, you don't want to make it too easy to where everybody's jumping everything, but you don't want to make it too hard to where nobody can jump it. So, you know, there's got to be a happy medium, and I think it's a very, very, very fine line, so. Oh boy. Getting a little rowdy, and yeah, that lap was slow. But yeah, overall, this, I mean, he's just getting better and better with these track releases, so I'm really, really, really excited to see what he has to offer in the future, because like I said, he's pumping these tracks out fairly quick, so I'll be keeping tabs on Reflex Central and seeing if he's going to be releasing anything anytime soon. But if I had to give this track a rating, hands down 10 out of 10. This track is so much fun. I really, really do suggest that you guys download it if you haven't already. If you guys don't know how to download it, or download any tracks for that matter, leave that in the comments below, and I'll help you guys out as best as possible. But yeah, like I said, 10 out of 10 for sure. Really, really excited to see what Matt428 has to offer in the future. You know, I know he's only made 3 tracks, but personally, I think he's my favorite track creator just because of the variety he has on the tracks that he makes, and the rideability of the tracks as well. So, Matt428, if you're watching this, just keep up the good work, man. I know I appreciate it a ton. I'm sure other people appreciate it as well. A lot of people in the comments on the track itself saying that they love it. So just keep it up, man. And that's going to do it for the video, guys. If you enjoyed it, leave it a like. Comment on the video. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your guys' hot laps are. I'm sure they're a lot faster than mine because I'm slow at the game. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys next week for another Reflex track review. Alright guys, see ya.